I will be replacing the brake pads off a 2000 Suzuki VS 800 Intruder. You're going to need some pliers. You're also going to need a Phillips head screwdriver, some brake part lubricant, some gloves so you don't get that lubricant everywhere. Brake pads, I used niche brake pads. I will put the link in the description. Some brake cleaner. Alright, so to get started, you're going to want to take that Phillips screwdriver and unscrew the cover of the caliper where your brake pads will be sitting right underneath. Get your gloves, take some brake cleaner, and just clean the inside of this as best as you can. I started off by taking the retainer clips off of the pins. There's going to be a mustache clip. There's probably a different name for this, but that's what I found. And your retainer pins. I did this the hard way. I recommend taking the clips out after you take out one of your pins. So I ended up buying new mustache clips because I feel like I completely destroyed them. So here is a setup of what that looks like. Alright, so you're going to want to take your brake pads out. There's going to be some resistance due to, your pistons pressing up against them. You may or may not have this extra piece of metal. I recommend getting one due to the vibration and the compressing of the pistons on that brake pad, but it's not necessary as far as I'm concerned. You're going to want to clean that shit out. Get like a toothbrush, get some like Q-tips, a rag, and just clean all that out because that might be what's causing some squeaking for you. And I heard that squeaking can also be caused by the friction of the metal, so make sure you lube up the back of your brake pads or this piece of metal that you might have with your bike, or order it. So you're going to want to take your old brake pads, press them against the pistons so that those pistons go back inside. It might be a little tricky at first, but I find this to be the easiest and best way to do it without taking the caliper off. So you're going to want to slide your new brake pads in there. Ideally use new gloves in case you have lubricant on the previous glove. And also get another new glove, or you could have done this before, but put some lube on those retainer pins. I found that you can basically put these back with your clips in any way you really want, but the retainer pin clips will definitely go last. And the mustache clips, there's probably an easy way to do this, which is putting one retainer pin in first and then putting the mustache clip on that pad under the clip, under the retainer pin, and then holding it while pushing that retainer pin back in. It's going to be a bit hard to see. This is probably the worst video quality I could have gotten for this, but it's truly not very difficult. So again, I took a photo so that you guys could see. That was pretty shaky, but that's how it was laid in there before I just put these back. So yeah, make sure you push in those retainer clips, make sure they are secure. There should be a little bit of that retainer clip sticking out of those two smaller retainer pin clips, and that is about it. Seal the deal up after you hold in your brakes, compress those brakes at the lever where the master cylinder is of your brakes, and make sure that they are compressing properly, those pistons are moving, and you are good to go. I would do a couple of test brakes on your way out before your ride. Otherwise, good luck.